Good morning, SS1 students. Our subject today is biology and our topic is respiration. From our plan of action, we need to know the definition of respiration. I will say respiration is a process by which food nutrients is being broken down to release energy. Food nutrient is being broken down to release energy. Respiration is a catabolic reaction. When we talk of a catabolic reaction, what do we mean? We mean that large complex food substances are being broken down into simpler ones. For example, glucose is being broken down into carbon dioxide. It is direct opposite from anabolic reaction. What's an anabolic reaction? It's a reaction in which smaller molecules, they keep building up to form larger molecules, as in the case of photosynthesis. Now, the energy released during respiration is used for metabolic activities. What are the metabolic activities taking place in the body? We have cell division, we have growth, we have active transport, and we have maintenance of a steady internal environment. Now, we go to types of respiration. Respiration is of two types. We have aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. What is aerobic respiration? Aerobic respiration, it is the breaking down of food in the presence of oxygen to release energy. While anaerobic respiration is the breaking down of food in the absence of oxygen to release energy. Now, we need to know the differences between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. The first difference between aerobic and anaerobic respiration is that in aerobic respiration, excess energy is being produced, while in anaerobic respiration, less energy is being produced. The second difference is that the end product of aerobic respiration is carbon dioxide and water, while the end product of anaerobic respiration is alcohol. Now, we need to know what is ventilation of the lungs. When we talk of ventilation of the lungs, we simply mean breathing. What is breathing? Breathing is the act of taking in air, oxygen, and sending out carbon dioxide. I would say breathing has to do with inspiration or inhalation and expiration or exhalation. Now, we go to inspiration. What are the mechanisms that occurs during inspiration? When we talk of inspiration, we mean breathing in, taking in of oxygen. For us humans to be able to take in of oxygen, there are certain mechanisms that occur. The first mechanism is what? The intercostal muscles of the diaphragm will contract. If the intercostal muscles of the diaphragm contract, what happens? The rib cage move upward and outward. If the rib cage move upward and outward, the diaphragm muscle will contract and move the diaphragm upward too. Now, if the diaphragm moves upward, what happens to the volume of air in the chest cavity? The volume of air in the chest cavity will increase. And what happens? The pressure falls. If the pressure falls, what happens now? Air rushes in to the lungs from the atmosphere to equalize the pressure. This is known as inspiration. Now, inspiration is the directly opposite of expiration. During expiration, we say that when the intercostal muscles of the diaphragm will relax, the rib cage will move inward and downward. Then the muscles of the diaphragm will relax, causing the diaphragm to return back into its dome shape. Now, the volume of air in the chest cavity will decrease, causing pressure to be high. What happens again? Air will now rush out in order to equalize the pressure of air. As a summary, we started with respiration, and I said respiration means breaking down of food to release energy. And I said respiration is a catabolic reaction which is directly opposite from anabolic reaction, which is photosynthesis. I said respiration is of two types. I said aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. In aerobic respiration, there is the breakdown of food in the presence of oxygen, while in anaerobic respiration, there is a breakdown of food in the absence of oxygen. Now, I went to the differences between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration produces more energy. The end product of aerobic respiration is carbon dioxide and water, while for anaerobic respiration, it produces less oxygen and the end product is alcohol. Then I went to ventilation of lungs. I said breathing is the act of taking in air and sending out carbon dioxide, and breathing involves inspiration and expiration. And I was talking on the mechanisms involved during inspiration. The mechanisms involved during inspiration is directly opposite of the mechanisms involved during expiration. Okay, we shall continue from there next class. Okay, for your notes, I will send it in the form of PDF. Meanwhile, those who are not connected, their notes will be deposited at the gate.